Dr. Amrito was present in the room and he observed Bhagwan dying. Why didn't he write the death certificate? That's the main thing. When Bhagwan's mother came in, this is what she said. Beta, tumhe inhone maar dala. One other strange thing that Dr. Gokani, who were brought to write the death certificate, saw that there were stains of vomiting on Bhagwan's clothes. And he was really curious, but he was hushed up. And when I visited Osho International Ashram, I tried to find the evidence, like I will find pictures of Osho here and there. There was only one picture of Osho in the entire thing. One picture of Osho, and that's where his remains are. In this video, we are going to talk about a book called Who Killed Osho? So this is a book by Abhay Vaidya. I randomly purchased this particular book. I don't know why. I was curious, like after watching Wild Wild Country. So I was curious, like Wild Wild Country covered most of it, like what happens in the Osho, like the gist of it doesn't cover his teachings. But I was curious, like who was this man and what made him do whatever he did and how did he die? Like he died in mysterious circumstances. And this is what the book covers, like how did he die, what are the mysterious circumstances, and this is what I'll cover in this video, like what are all the mysterious circumstances that happened leading to Osho's death. So the first mysterious circumstance is that like 1 or 2 weeks before Osho died, his girlfriend Nirvana died as well in similar circumstances, like and the weird thing is that her death was not even reported. The death certificate had a name of different person instead of Nirvana, and it's really strange that this particular thing happened. The only person who knew at the time that Nirvana has died was Jayesh, who is like the founder of Osho International. This is of course according to this particular book, and this particular author who was journalist, and I haven't done my own research. I'm just communicating to you what is written in this book. So the only other person who knew that Nirvana has died was Jayesh, who is the founder, who's the founder of Osho International, based out in Zurich. And it's really strange thing that no one in the commune was informed that the close aide of Bhagwan, Sri Rajneesh, has died, which is weird. Even Bhagwan was not informed, which is the way in which Osho dies is even strange. And his brother and various other disciples constantly are fighting right now that to get closure behind how Bhagwan died. So how did Bhagwan die? So or the presumed morning that Bhagwan died, Dr. Gokani was basically called. He was basically not present in the commune. He was in his house, and there was a car sent to bring him by Jayesh. That this is what it's written in the book, by Jayesh, to come to the commune and to see Bhagwan. And there Amrito and Jayesh were present. Amrito, Jayesh, and there's one other person who is the main antagonist in this particular book, who are now the inner circle of Osho International. And so these people were present at the time Bhagwan was dying or died. We still don't know if these people were responsible for Bhagwan's death. So Dr. Gokani was called from outside the commune. Even though there were many doctors present in the commune, he was asked to observe Bhagwan and write a death certificate. Now the problem is Dr. Amrito was present in the room and he observed Bhagwan dying. Why didn't he write the death certificate? That's the main thing. Why didn't he write the death certificate if Bhagwan had died? But was it that Bhagwan was fed with painkillers that caused Bhagwan's death, and Amrito thought that he would be responsible for it, or he'll be held responsible for it, which is why he didn't want to write death certificate? That's one thing. And the other thing is, why wasn't anyone else from the commune called to observe Bhagwan or write a death certificate? And why was Dr. Gokani, who was not staying in commune, was brought from all the way from his home in Pune to the commune to write the death certificate? It just seems strange. And even more strange is that Dr. Gokani claims that from afternoon till evening, he was locked in a cellar. He wasn't allowed to go out, just out of fear that he will tell everyone else that Bhagwan has died. That's even strange. It's only in the evening that people were told that Bhagwan has died. Even the mother was told her the same thing. And when Bhagwan's mother came in, this is what she said. Beta tumhe inhone maar dala. Like she vehemently, and she was crying and weeping and saying that they have murdered my son. This is what her claim was. And people were trying to control her. Why wasn't the mother allowed to see his son sooner? If Bhagwan has died in the morning, in the afternoon, why was the commune not informed right away? Why wasn't it until the evening that commune was informed? And what's even more strange is that when the instruction that Bhagwan gave to Jayesh, to Amrito, to Anando, and he left Jayesh the dream, they were supposed to handle his vision, his dream, as he expected them to. And Amrito gave a complete speech that I'll probably link down below. And it seems too good to be true. It's like filling up things. It seems to me. The first time I saw it, it didn't seem like it's fabricated. But the more you begin to know about Bhagwan, more you begin to understand it. It just seems fake. That's what my perception is. It seems fake. The strange thing is Bhagwan's claim to Amrito Jayesh that only let my body be shown to my disciples for 10 minutes, then go ahead and burn it straight away. Which is weird, because if someone in the commune died, their body was celebrated and they waited like an hour before going ahead and burning. Which is what's strange. Maybe Jayesh and Amrito were in hurry to burn the body to get rid of any evidence. One other strange thing, that Dr. Gokani, who were brought to write the death certificate, saw that there were stains of vomiting on Bhagwan's clothes. And he was really curious, but he was hushed up. The thing is, the only person who observed Bhagwan's death was Amrito and Jayesh. And these two people told Dr. Gokani on what to write on the death certificate. And Dr. Gokani didn't even have a letterhead to write the death certificate. So they brought it from his place and basically wiped out the address and number from the bottom of the letterhead so that no one can contact it. That's what Dr. Gokani says in his interview. So Dr. Gokani claims there's some false intention. Most of the commune members claims there's some false intention. And this became clear in later years after Osho's death, when the publisher for Osho, the foundation of Osho, were asked to stop publishing books. They said they were informed that all the publishing will be done in Europe now. Jayesh, Amrito, they have set up their own foundation in Europe, basically headquartered in Zurich, Osho International Foundation, and all the rights were taken there. All the paintings that were present in the Osho commune in Pune were taken to Europe, stuck in warehouse, and all the photos of Osho's present in the commune were basically hidden. So Jayesh and Amrito basically made Osho International Foundation out of the Osho Pune ashram, and they basically made it a health resort instead of Osho's wish to let it be a ashram or place where people come for blessing, people come for learning, people come to pay their respects. Even the shrine of Osho is possibly full of dust right now. And when I visited Osho International Ashram, I tried to find the evidence, like I will find pictures of Osho here and there. There was only one picture of Osho in the entire thing. One picture of Osho, and that's where his remains are. And that's like very, very weird. It's like, I think, Lao Tzu Hall. It's in Lao Tzu Hall. And it's like a meditation hall. It's in marble floor, white marble floor. It's a great hall. And out of everywhere, it's just one place that you can feel that there is a presence of Osho. Everywhere else, it's not there. It's like a dead place. It's not. When I was reading this book, when you read a book, like you get this understanding like it would be a special place, it would be amazing. I get so much from reading Osho's book, listening to his discourse. What would happen when I visit that place? There's nothing in that place. It's a dead place. It's like cemetery. When you read the reviews online, you will see that these people are only inspired by money, and they just want your money. They just want you to fuck off after giving them their money. It's just a club. It's just a money-driven club, and maybe that's the reason why possibly Jayesh Amrito and gang got Osho murdered. I don't know for sure that they did murder him. This is what the book claims, and again, it's a possibility. And I'm only saying what this book says. So maybe that's the reason Osho was murdered. Maybe it was for the money. Maybe the people responsible had an eye on a multi-billion dollar industry. Right now it's bringing millions of dollars to Osho International. Millions of dollars from meditation session, millions of dollars from selling books, pictures, and audiobooks, discourses, etc. And even stranger thing is that Osho was against copyright. Osho was never in favor of copyrighting his material. He wanted his work to be free and available to everyone. He was working for the people, and he wanted his voice to reach the farthest corners of the world. And this is what Osho International, that is present right now, is limiting. Osho's voice, Bhagwan's Rajneesh's voice, is being limited. It's been bottled. They are trying hard to not let Osho's voice reach the millions, reach the people that need it. That's why people are trying to find gurus that are not real gurus, because the real gurus is being belittled by the foundation that he started, just because wrong people are at the helm of it. Many of the senior sannyasis or original sannyasi tried to fight Osho International, and they tried to save their copyright. A weird thing that happened after Osho's death was that Swami Chaitanya Kirti, who's really popular, who worked as an editor at Osho International before it became Osho International, and is also an editor-in-chief at Osho World. I'll talk about Osho World a little more. So he had uploaded a photo with his master, Bhagwan, in Facebook, and Osho International objected to it. Like, what right does Osho International have? They had copyrighted even private pictures of Osho as private property. And this is what was really strange to everyone else. Most people in the commune were asked to leave. Most people had bought spaces for like till they die by giving up their houses, giving up their money, and they were asked to leave. They were asked to take care of themselves. Food was no longer free. Everything was to be paid for. It seems clear that Jayesh or whoever was responsible for managing Osho International, Osho Pune, were clearly interested in only money. It was all about money. So this is what happens. Most of the original sannyasi was mistreated. The inner circle that was formed was filled up with only yes mans who say yes to Jayesh Amrito and whatever they bring. People were no longer respected. People were no longer valued, and one's desire to respect individuality over money and everything else went straight into the dustbin. That's the reality of whatever happened in Osho Pune. So there is still a problem that whenever someone uploads material on Osho, it gets banned on YouTube, Facebook, everywhere else, copyright striked, and that's a big issue. We as people, as followers of Osho, as listeners of Osho, people who care about Osho, who care about his vision, who wants to share with others how much Osho has helped them, are being let down by the foundation whose responsibility is to work in Osho's favor, not against him. And the same foundation is trying to demean Osho in every way possible. In India, Osho World has won the case that says that Osho is not a trademark. Osho does not belong to any particular entity. And all the discourses are available for free at oshoworld.com. You can go ahead and watch the discourses. And if you want a suggestion, you can comment down below. I will share it with you. Unfortunately, in US and Europe, Osho International is still the big thing, and they still hold all the copyright. We cannot fight them. Even though the case is still running by a person in Germany, a sannyasin in Germany. And most of the meditation is also copyrighted. The music, the content of the meditation are also copyrighted, and the people who are teaching these methods, teaching these techniques, need to take permission from Osho International, or they have to do it really quietly so that not they don't get a copyright strike or something, they don't get a legal notice or something. So that's a sad thing. When Osho's vision was to spread spirituality and enlightenment to every nook and corner of the world, why is this foundation trying to hamper it? That's the sad reality. So that was like the gist of this particular book. It's like a sad book. I was pretty depressed after reading it. And the weird thing is that the way they tried to claim the copyright is by forging a will in the name of Osho. And how do you know that the will was forged? Because the signature on the will was taken right from the back of a book of Osho. It's like a weird thing. And they sent it to handwriting people who do handwriting analysis, and they just said that this is forged. So how can an organization that goes to the length of deceit, disrespect to the sannyasin be any good? So how can such an organization be good? How can such an organization be liable to take the dream of Osho to its fulfillment? Such an organization does not deserve to hold the dream of Osho. Amrito Jayesh are not capable of taking the dream of Osho to completion. If they really cared about Osho, they would have fought for Osho. They would have made Osho International free, not-profit organization. But that is not the case. Like every other organization, it's not profit, and that's the sad reality. So avoid Osho International. Go to oshoworld.com. Read discourses. Share it with your friends. Share this video with your friends. Spread awareness. And as always, Hari Om Tat Sat.